Has it been in South Africa last week or so?
It's been excellent. We had really good preparation in Port Elizabeth. The weather was outstanding, practice facilities were excellent, and we had a nice practice game before we left to come down to Cape Town. So I think the preparation's been good, just acclimatising to South African conditions, because they are going to be so different to what we experienced in India last year. And the team that adapts quickest will be the one that hopefully gets a bit of a run on compared to the opposition.
So you're also at an advantage. You just played a test series not too long ago, so that's going to help you settle down faster.
Yeah, hopefully. I think obviously test cricket's different, but it's nice knowing that I've played on most of the main grounds here in the last month or so. Obviously the weather might change in this next month, but saying that, we've got a pretty good idea of what to expect from the wickets, and I think given the practice game we just had in Port Elizabeth, we'll probably see lower scoring games here in South Africa than we did in India last year, just due to the nature of the wickets.
Right, and the grounds are also a little smaller, so maybe it's going to still offset the wicket factor?
Yeah, look, they are, but I don't know if they're going to be as quick as the Indian grounds. The outfields don't seem to be as hard, they're probably a bit softer this time of year, and the grass seems quite thick, so there might not be quite the same pace that we were accustomed to last year in India, where if you beat the fielder, it seemed to race away from four.
That's a guaranteed four then.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the team makeup? There's a lot of youngsters we've seen. I've been seeing the practice, and some of them are looking really good.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of the youngsters, given that they were here last year, have made big improvements, and it's been noticeable in watching them play and also train. And I think that's the beauty of them having had another season of cricket under their belt, and they're all youngsters. They're only sort of early 20s, so I think it really augurs well for the future.
And some of the bigger stars, how are all of you gelling together as a team? It's a different team, so you're used to fighting against them earlier, and now you're playing with them. So how's that coming along?
I think it's really good, because I think last year we had that initial settling in period, and there were no issues, and I think everyone got on well, and I think that's probably why the team did so well last year. So hopefully that can go one step further this year, and from all accounts so far, all the guys, there's no issues. We've got a good squad.
Yeah, and the bowling looks good, but Brett and Shrikant might not play. So how's that going to affect the fast bowling setup? Yeah,
look, they're big losses. Obviously, last year they played big roles for us with their pace, and I think that's going to be crucial over here in South Africa, that new ball. But saying that, hopefully that means that while they're out, one of the young guys gets an opportunity to step up and do well. And I think they're sort of the guys that are in lines that play. Yusuf Abdullah or even young Bert Cockley from New South Wales, I think that'll be a great opportunity for them to show what they can do. So I think we've got the depth in our squad to hopefully cover those losses.
Sure. And you're looking forward to opening the batting?
Yeah, look, I'm happy to play a role wherever Tom and Yuvi see fit. So I know there's obviously 10 of us, and there's only 4 that can play. So it's that squad mentality that will hopefully get us through to achieving one step better this year. And I think if I can play a role wherever it may be, and it helps the team win games, then I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. At yesterday's training, Tom set up a very nice group dynamic there, where some of the senior players were working with the younger lot. So how was that? Are they very keen on learning from your experiences?
Yeah, look, I think he's really keen to make the most of the international experience he's got in the squad. I think there's quite a few guys there that have played a lot of test cricket or a lot of one-day cricket, and I think it's good that the young kids, we're going to be sort of paired in sort of 3s or 4s with the experienced players to act as mentors. So I think it's a good chance for us as older players to really pass on our experiences and still also learn from the young guys as well with their enthusiasm and energy.
That's right. So looking forward to the first game on Sunday?
Certainly am, and I think Delhi obviously are a very good team. They've got some very good players, so it's going to be a tough start, but I think every team in this competition is going to be a tough game. There's just so many good players around, so it's going to be a great start.
Yeah, and Chennai seems to be top of the list to beat.
Yeah, obviously after last year, I think Chennai will be one of the teams to beat. They've got very good players, not only from India but also around the world, and I think they're going to be tough to beat. But as I said before, I think the team that adapts to the South African conditions the best will be the one that sort of gets a bit of a jump on everyone.
Great. Thanks so much, Simon, and all the very best with the tournament.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.